By the power vested in me by the Pomona College Board of Trustees, I am thrilled to confer upon Penny Lee Dean the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you, Professor Joe and former four-year outstanding Pomona swimmer, for this wonderful introduction and amazing award. Happy Mother's Day. Hi, Mom, Audrey, and Dottie. I would like to thank President Gabriel Starr and the Board of Trustees for this honor, inviting me back to be a commencement speaker. I would also like to thank the various professors who influenced me when I was a student and a professor. These include Ann Badges, Jan Hypes, Ed Malin, Pat Mulcahy, Gary Troyer, Tenny Barnes, and Vincent Lernahan. I would also like to thank my classmates, swimming and water polo teammates, all the athletes I had the privilege to coach in swimming and water polo, and finally the students I taught in numerous physical education classes. Here today is my child, Spencer Lee Dean, my brother Barry, who accompanied me on my double Catalina crossing and the English Channel, and his wife Stacy. Also here are two of my former ocean teammates, John York and Dan Slosberg. Numerous former swimmers and water polo players are also in attendance today. It means everything that you are joining me in this celebration. Graduates, as you enter your next stage in your life, each of you will encounter numerous challenges and struggles throughout your lifetime. Each will help you grow and develop into a better person if you strive to learn from each one. Through the telling of a few of my life stories, I would like to share how you can expand yourself in your life. In 1875, Matthew Webb became the first person to swim the English Channel in 21 hours, 45 minutes. In 1926, Gertrude Ederle became the first woman to accomplish this feat in 14 hours, 39 minutes. My dream to swim the English Channel arose from my failure to cross the Golden Gate when I was only 10. The water was cold, 50 degrees. I weighed only 50 pounds. Numerous problems delayed our start for over an hour, which caused us to have to deal with changing tides in shipping traffic. After stopping twice and treading water for more than 20 minutes for ships, I was freezing. My coach asked me if I wanted to get out. She asked me. I disqualified myself by touching our support craft, and as soon as I did, I knew something was wrong. When climbing the stairs of the dock, I couldn't find my mom. She had walked away. I looked at the Golden Gate and promised I would swim the English Channel and break the world record for my mom and myself before I retired. This led to a 13-year challenge. I was recruited to Pomona to swim for the men's team by Coach Gary Troyer. There wasn't a women's team when I applied, and most of the women's teams in the country were limited in training or non-existent in 1973. Gary had promised me access to double workouts each day. When I arrived and asked him, Gary gave me a key to Pendleton Pool. This allowed me to train early in the morning before classes and in the evening after classes. I had swum for 4 Olympic coaches and various other talented coaches while growing up. By reanalyzing each of their philosophies on training, I was able to develop my own training scheme. This led me to writing my own training plan and workouts to become a better and faster swimmer. I had been doing weights since I was 10 years old and inquired about the gym facilities. The weight room was situated in a room behind the men's locker room. I had to call in, tell them to cover up, and quickly run through the dressing room. It wasn't always a pretty scene, but it was necessary for my development as a swimmer. In 1973 at Pomona, there were few women's teams, limited facilities, and no awards. By the time I graduated in 1977, these had changed significantly. Title IX and enthusiastic men and women of the Physical Education and Athletics Department ensured these changes. I won a Watson Scholarship during my senior year. My program had 3 parts. The first was to travel to 8 countries in Europe, study and compare swimming training methods with those in the United States. I arranged to study and train with 11 national coaches and to stay with team members. Concurrently, I was writing a book on my own ocean experiences, and the final portion was to achieve my 13-year goal, swim the English Channel. Every opportunity I had to swim in any lake, river, sea, or ocean, regardless of temperature, throughout my travels I did. Each was motivation for achieving success of my English Channel attempt. In May, I traveled to Dinard, France, to not only train with a national coach, but to begin my ocean training. My mom joined me at this point of my training so I could teach her how to be my coach, as my coach, Sigurd Gudmundsson Albrecht, was pregnant and wouldn't be joining me on the English Channel swim. My mom had to learn how to emphasize how important each practice was and help me push myself beyond anything I had ever done. No excuses, no shortcuts. Next, my mom and I traveled to Folkestone, England. In the early morning, we walked 2 miles to swim in a dark indoor pool before it opened. This workout was about speed training. My goal was to sprint across the English Channel. I prepared as if I was racing a 200-meter in the Olympics. After the morning pool swim, I swam 2 to 6 hours in the ocean. 3 days a week, I returned to the pool for more sprint work during free public swim, which was very dangerous and challenging. I completed 12 to 36 miles a day of swimming for more than 2.5 months. I also trained mentally twice a day for 11 months. The mind doesn't know past, present, or future. I use mental affirmations to help me deal with the cold water, pain in my shoulder, and to believe I had just swum the English Channel and broken the world record. I also played a relaxation tape twice a day. The mind can do so many functions at once. During a training or a swim, I would think about my stroke, watch the coaches on the deck of the boat, write papers, and dream of what I would do the rest of my life all at the same time. This became a daily habit. When I stood on the shore on July 29, 1978, I knew I would succeed. I would handle the 56 to 58 degree water, acknowledge and overcome the shoulder pain, and break the world record. I trained as no other swimmer in the world had trained. I just had to enter the water. 7 hours and 40 minutes later, I emerged from the water in world record time. Thank you. One of my most influential professors in my student life and future successes was my history advisor and Professor Vincent Lernahan. He encouraged me to apply for the Watson and fulfill my dream. He motivated me to learn and love history and always strive to learn more regardless of the discipline. In the physical education and athletics department, I had numerous mentors. I didn't always present my ideas or changes I thought we needed in a beneficial way. I did, however, believe Pomona should excel not only in academics, but in athletics, dance, music, and the arts. From my time as a student, I learned to stand up for what I believed in and to fight for any cause or necessary changes. This is important for you graduates to do also in all areas of your life. Pomona was my home for 30 years as a woman, a student, an athlete, a lesbian, and a faculty member. I am so proud. Thank you. I am so proud there are now 21 successful athletics teams, and each is highly competitive. Graduates, you have spent 4 years learning and preparing for your future. Never stop believing in yourself. Determination, challenging yourself, striving to grow each day are all important. Enjoy the sun, read many books, exercise, cheer for the Kansas City Chiefs football team, and be happy. You will be successful. Make yourself, your family, your friends, and especially Pomona College proud. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.